So if you know, you know. But if you don't, let's get into it real quick. Before we get into any of the legal matters, let's speak about the situation first. Pooh Shiesty signs to Gucci Mane's 1017 Records, which looked like a good move at the time because what you could deem as them having some sort of success. And then although there's like a lot of speculation going on, somewhere along the line, the relationship with each other broke down. Pooh Shiesty comes home, drops the first day out. The song goes crazy from a sonic standpoint and numbers wise. And then we get to the day of January 10th. Pooh Shiesty allegedly arranged a so-called business meeting at a Dallas recording studio. And now what happened inside that recording studio at that meeting, a kidnapping and an extortion case came about. The government says Pooh Shiesty and 8 co-conspirators, including his own father and his partner Big 30, forced Gucci Mane into the studio, pulled out weapons, and made Gucci Mane sign a contract release at gunpoint. They're also alleging cash and jewelry was taken. Now here's what's a little different than most situations. They're trying to allege that the crime and the business dispute were one and the same event because they're saying the motive for the crime was the contract. The victim is the label head, Gucci Mane, and on the opposite side, you have Pooh Shiesty, the artist. And this is why that matters. Look what happens after the arrest. This is where the story gets a little twisted up from what I see. Pooh Shiesty gets arrested on April 1st. His bond gets denied on April 8th by the magistrate judge. But what Pooh Shiesty defense team did with their latest move is that they filed the motion to classify the case as complex. So what is that? When you do a complex classification, that makes them have to give you the full discovery, meaning that the government has to hand over everything, every file, every recording, every piece of evidence they gathered. So what did they hand over to the defense? They handed over 96 gigabytes of material, 14,000 pages of documents, audio, video, and evidence from different law enforcement agencies. So as defense goes through all of that, and then on June 11th, after reviewing everything that the feds has, they filed a bond motion, which is practically giving you a preview of the trial strategy. Because after going through all the evidence that they had, this is what they brought up. His defense argued no firearm was recovered, no signed contract release was recovered, no video recording of the alleged incident, no text messages, no DMs, no calls established. The only physical evidence of any advanced planning is a Staples receipt for a print job that may or may not be connected to the alleged contract release, because like they said, there's no evidence of a signed contract anywhere. And then you have the FBI, who executed a search warrant at Pooh Shiesty's apartment at the time of the arrest. They didn't even find anything. No guns, no stolen jewelry, nothing that tied the January 10th incident beyond maybe the electronic monitoring device. 3 months of federal investigation, 14,000 pages, 96 gigabytes of evidence, and nothing really is saying that, yeah, they probably did do it. But here's the part that stands out. The bond motion points out that the FBI's own agent admitted under cross-examination that in the 4 months since the alleged incident, the FBI never took a formal statement from any of the alleged victims, not even one. And RD, who y'all know as Gucci Mane, who's at the center of everything, has been on social media, was on social media saying none of this happened. And this is in reference to not the record, but the jewelry that he was showing off, that he said, well, matter of fact, that he was showing, that he still has, as if it was never stolen. And the FBI agent said on the stand he didn't even know about those posts. So let's be real, the government is asking the judge to keep a man locked up based on what Gucci Mane denied happened. So that bond motion isn't really just about getting him out before the trial. It's really showing the judge to pay attention to the whole entire case and exactly how they're going to come at the prosecution when the case goes to trial on July 6th. And here's what nobody's talking about, because everybody's talking about the legal side. I'm really looking at this from the business side of things, because this whole situation is said to have started because Pooh Shiesty allegedly wanted out of the 1017 contract, because that's what the prosecution said themselves. They described this January 10th meeting as Pooh Shiesty arranging this meeting in order to get out of the contract. So the crime and the contract is one of the same, but now we're talking about the contract. Even if the Fed's case holds up, that label relationship between Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane, that's over with. You can't have a relationship going on if both sides are at odds to where it takes you to a federal case going on, and win or lose. Like after this, Like, what's that relationship going to be like? It's not going to be functional. And if the case falls apart based on what the defense found in the discovery, and Pooh Shiesty walks away from the situation, he's going to have a legal opportunity to argue that 1017 contract is now void or unenforceable, because you can argue that the label failed to protect him during the federal investigation. Gucci Mane released a diss record called Crash Dummy while Pooh Shiesty is locked up. So an entertainment lawyer is going to try and argue that the contract is compromised. So even if you say he did do it or he didn't do it, and with these new set of facts coming out, I'm saying to myself, did he slime his way out of the contract? I was saying that instead of the alleged robbery, he should have went about it in a legal way. And that's all based on if he did try to rob Gucci Mane. But with these new set of facts coming out, strong arm robbery allegations isn't looking too good. And if those are the facts and he comes home, you can say he found a way to slime himself up out of the contract, because these are the sequence of events. He's on the label he wants off, the label says no, an incident happens, and that becomes a federal case. The federal case is built entirely around the contract dispute. Feds spend months building their case. His lawyer gets all 96 gigs of it, finds that the government's case is real thin. A bond motion gets filed. That is essentially the trial preview, showing you exactly how weak the government's foundation is. So if the case falls apart in court, he walks out with the contract conversation forced upon whether Gucci Mane wants it or not. The dad already came home. Big 30 already came home. Now what actually happened in Dallas that night, that's for the jury to decide. But if Pooh Shiesty beats the case or gets the charges reduced, the business situation that allegedly started everything may find a way of resolving itself in his favor anyway. So the trial starts July 6th, and the bond hearing decision will come before that, and whatever happens after that is going to be crazy. So I'm going to repeat it. The feds gave the lawyers 96 gigabytes of evidence, 14,000 pages. His lawyer came back and said that y'all don't have enough on him. Do y'all think he slimed his way out of the contract, or do y'all think he's stuck? Let us know in the comments. Make sure y'all subscribe and turn the notifications on, and we'll be back after July 6th on this topic.